Hey guys, what's up? So today I'll be doing an iOS 13 rumors video. To begin things off, iOS 13 is making an entrance in June 3rd, 2019. We can expect to see some pretty amazing features. Dark mode is finally coming to iPhones and iPads iOS 13. This will be a system-wide dark mode that you can enable in your settings. This includes a high contrast version to what is similar found in Mac OS. Changes come into the iPad with iOS 13 for apps that have multiple windows. Each will contain sheets attached to a portion of the screen, which is attached with drag gesture that can easily be moved around freely. This is called Panel Kit. These cards can be on top or on the bottom to indicate which cards that will be dismissed, which are usually the cards on the bottom are the ones that usually be dismissed. A lot of iOS users want to have an undo button. It would be a 3-finger tap on allow users to undo what they previously did, just like how Androids have an undo button. There will be keyboards with custom interactions through the API. Safari on iOS 13 on the iPad will ask the developer which websites will render iPhone versions and iPad on a much larger screen. The manager is getting an upgrade. There will be new fonts in the settings. The users will now be able to pick their own fonts. The Mail app will be able to organize messages into categories such as if it is important or not important, traveling, business, etc. Also add messages to a read later queue to store them later and read them later. Pretty useful if you're busy at the moment and want to read the email or message later. Productivity on iOS will have a selection of multiple items in table views and collection views. Users will drag with multiple fingers on a collection of items to draw a selection, similar to clicking and dragging the Finder on the Mac. Developers are able to use a light or dark mode theme status bar for app split view. This should fix the issue of some apps that lack the issue of contrast with the background of other apps in view. On iOS 13, the Reminders app will be redesigned. Hey Siri will be improved with noticing different noises and acting to them. We are hoping for iOS 13 to have a better camera to catch up to Google's camera, and for iOS, Safari and other select apps to be improved. Apple offers public betas, which is more stable since 2016. Apple releases the finished builds of the major iOS updates midway through September during WWDC announcement. Two rumors for iOS 13, according to Bloomberg, are adding a dark mode to it. It's easier for you to see your phone's screen at night and reducing the use of your phone's battery consumption. There was supposed to be a new home screen for iOS 12, but pushed that back to focus more on system stability and performance. TV app and other subscription services like magazine subscription features can land on iOS 13. So you might be apps to allow that you pull photos from external devices that has an SD card without having to go through the Photos app. Third-party apps will get more access to Siri, support for steep AR headsets, and controllers with touchpads. Apple will pay support transit services. iOS 13 will increase duration of the length of your videos by live photos and be able to mute email conversations. Some of the features we are hoping for iOS 13 are: number one, a smarter camera, retooling the image processing of the iOS camera to recompose to Google's Night site. Apple needs to allow the lock button to unlock the camera. Number two is to allow us to make GIFs, or GIFs. Right now, it's $10 to turn live photos into GIFs. This should be free and be brought to iOS in addition to options for custom annotations and watermarking. Number three is control center improvements. Swiping down from the right corner on newer devices like the iPhone X, XS, XS Max, and XR. Swiping up on older models, we need to add more flexibility and settings into the control center. In addition, the Bluetooth does not stay off. If it just goes off for quite some time and on the next day. Number four is Apple Music. It has always improved, and there are new swipe gestures to swipe and rewind songs and tracks. How cool! The look of the Apple Music still is old and still needs to be updated. This is why I still use Spotify for my music. Number five is we need an AirPods app. There's an Apple Watch app. Having an AirPods app would make it a lot more easy to adjust and use Apple's AirPods, and Apple can add a lot more settings in it. Number six is having a full Safari. We should get a full version of Safari on the iPad or full version of Chrome and Firefox, because this will allow us to replace our computers for the iPad. The iPads are big and should be able to do the same heavy work that computers and PCs do. Also, there is an app for some work, but there are websites, so having a full Safari would really fit this issue. In conclusion, guys, I want to give credit to Tom's Guide and 9to5Mac for these two articles that I went over in this video. What do you think about iOS 13 that has in store for us? Will it be better? I hope it's big. Hoping for big things from Apple. Don't disappoint us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your suggestions down below in the comment section. That was this video, and yeah, peace.